This podcast is produced by Passion Nerdly in association with the Nerds Domain and our parent network, the Southgate Media Group. This podcast could not exist without their support or from support by Patreons like you. For more information on how you can get involved, visit PassionNerdly.com.
I remember stories from when I was younger. Tales of when the Empire grew vengeful and hunted the clans to the point of extinction. There were masters of deception, spies without equal, warriors of extraordinary ability. This is the legend of a brave few who fought to change the course of history and end the time of woe and terror. Our story begins at the Wooden Dojo.
Well, hello and welcome. This is John again with Passion Nerdly Podcast, and today we are going to be doing an episode of the Wooden Dojo. I am today joined at the table with Sean.
Hi, everybody. I'm playing Kentaro.
I've got Cristi.
Hi, I'm playing Makoto.
I've got Roxy.
Hi, I'm playing Akemi.
We've got Chelsey.
Hello, I'm playing Onishi.
We've got Kevin.
Hi, I'm playing Kinnojo.
And we do have David.
Hi, I'm playing Sannosuke.
So everybody is back together again for our next episode, and we're going to go ahead and start this thing off. When last we left our intrepid group of ninjas, you had arrived back at the Sakamoto estate to discover that the original Eiko Sakamoto was back, and Rin was no longer needing to maintain their disguise. Eiko seems very terse and distant when dealing with all of you as you discuss essentially what the plan is going forward, how you can ally with her. But one of the things that came out of this discussion was also the discussion of one of the servants. Min seemed a little bit shifty when you had first arrived, and there was concern that perhaps they were responsible for poisoning Sakamoto Eiko before she left the estate. The next day, sun comes up, the servants re-arrive in the morning, those who do not actually stay in the premises. Pretty much it seems to be life as normal. No one seems to have been any wiser to the fact that Rin is suddenly there, and Sakamoto Eiko is there as well. At this point, they're probably like, oh great, another person probably arrived here with only the servant that came back. It seems that the story that's going around is that the servant must have gotten sick on the road and had to wait to return. And so this person is a guest as well.
Right.
But so the question is how to handle this issue with the servant. And there might even be a little bit of a question of where are they going at night?
Well, I thought they had family.
That is the rumor.
Right.
That doesn't mean they go straight back to the family.
And somebody actually, I believe, followed them in an earlier episode to the gate and saw that there seemed to be, they were acted hastily leaving.
Oh, yeah, to the exterior of the estate. Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that. Okay, so what are these servants, like, does she have a specific job, or is she like a general servant at the estate?
Somewhat a general servant, but dealing mainly with laundry and upkeep of the estate. Pretty much a maid.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think, like, and we can sort of have this discussion, in character if we want, but, like, how do we want to approach this? Do we want to try and, like, corner her and start interrogating her? Do we want to follow her to where she goes after she gets out of here? What do we want to do?
I feel like following her would be better if we could pull that off, or have someone that's good with disguises follow her.
I think following her would be better because we don't want to confront the poor girl in case.
Right. I mean, she may just have like a baby she's getting home to, or she may have sick family that she's running home to.
Right.
But I mean, we do have an extra ninja right now.
It could be, I'm pretty small. I could stealth along with Rin, and then maybe Rin can be in some sort of generic disguise, and then if get caught, hey, oh, sorry, just been trying to, find me and can put on a fake
Okay.
act that, oh, yeah, I found you. Oh, sorry, it's so much trouble. And
So more than likely following her in the evening.
yes.
Well, really quick, just going around the table, finding out what everybody did for the first part of the day. David, Sannosuke, what does he do?
Got up, exercised, had some breakfast, and then went to the onsen.
Okay. Kevin, how about your character?
I don't know. I think. No, I'm gonna sort of try to surreptitiously observe her throughout the day, like in passing wherever I can. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I can't really think of much else to do besides just like try and keep an eye on men.
Okay. So watching her, but trying to not be observed.
Right. I'm gonna go to my room and then like come out and sort of take a walk around the estate and see if I can catch a glance of her and see what she's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing it in that manner, I'm going to say that there is going to be a need for a roll.
Okay.
We're going to say deception because you are trying to hide what you are doing.
Right. And stealth.
And perception because you are trying to watch.
Great.
I don't think we rolled a single die last episode.
Yeah.
We did not.
Kentaro.
Oh,
Kentaro did.
Okay.
Figure out the
He's the
succession.
only one. Okay, so
How many
if I
dice
can
do you need?
I have a 4 deception and 2 perception.
Okay.
So that's 6.
Okay.
If I can grab 6 dice.
I just got them all looking so nice.
I'm gonna mess them all up again.
One more.
They're so pretty.
I mean, somebody has to keep up appearances of us being guests enjoying the place, right? So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I got 3 successes and a boost, like included in those successes. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Is a boost when we hit the max?
yeah, when you roll
Hit
a
a
10,
10.
essentially,
Okay.
that boost pushes you over, which of course will give you another karma dice.
Oh, great.
So
Yeah, just put that one back in there. Okay.
okay. So you observe her throughout the day, going about her, duties. But there is one point where she stops, turns, and looks over her shoulder, and you quickly act like you're, looking at a wall or something else. But she, you're not certain she noticed you, but she definitely turned around and perhaps might be a little bit, skeptical of what you're doing in reality.
okay.
So it kind of drew a little bit of attention to yourself,
Do-
perhaps.
Yeah. Brief game question.
Mm-hmm.
You just had us add one.
Yes.
Are you thinking of momentum?
No. Within the karma pool, you actually
add
anytime
a
that
few-
you get a boost.
Oh, okay, the boost. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, are
You
you
can add.
are you using Star Trek rules,
No.
John?
Thankfully, with all the stuff that I've been doing with Third Eye Games and working as an oracle for them, which
You've actually learned the system.
I have learned even more of the system than I started with. And so,
Nice.
just a nice little shout out to Third Eye Games and fans thereof. I really recommend looking into the Oracle program. It is a way for you to get involved as a GM, an official GM for them, and gain some bonuses such as percentages off of their products once
Swag
you
and stuff.
swag and other things.
Cool.
Yeah.
John is their number one oracle. Because of this podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, that's it for me.
all right. Continuing on, Chelsey.
I've probably promptly slept in. Yes, probably ate a little bit too much food the night before, but it was nice just to relax and eat and stretch. Probably by the time I eventually woke up, probably did some other stretches and then kind of sauntered out and just seeing where people are.
David, let's go ahead and see. Oh, wait, I started off with you. Right?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. So, Roxy.
I am soaking in the hot spring on summer.
Yeah, actually, I've made my way over towards where you are and
Is
just
there a
saying, hey,
monkey?
Yes, there's a monkey.
okay, I'm totally there.
All right. stinky monkey in the
Hey,
hot spring.
but good luck.
That's right.
I will take the stink if there's also good luck.
That's
with
right.
It.
So, Akemi, correct?
Yeah. I am probably making sure my guns are clean, or my rifle. I don't think I have multiple guns. I have a rifle. Probably make sure that it's in pristine working order. And then probably also going to... I probably am spending more time with the journal. I know we probably got everything out of it, but I feel like that's probably what I'm doing. Are you hearing the breathing, John? Is that why you keep looking around? I don't know if it's the dog. Did y'all hear breathing?
Yes. Now it has stopped.
Okay.
Fred, was it you?
I would just recommend moving away from the microphone if you're not, actively speaking at the moment. That's all I would say. But
That's fine.
all right, so
It's me.
maybe it's Maybelline.
But no, so I'm probably spending a little bit more time with the journal if that guy had like plans and stuff in there, if I could figure out anything else if there was any references to anything that I might have heard of or that I feel like might link with Operation Mousetrap.
It looks like he was probably going to be called upon for the work that you're doing now, inspecting the various locations where these barricades are being made, because both of you did have a specialization.
Am I supposed to be doing that?
That was you actually have done that.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, you went by.
Have I disobeyed?
Mainly out of curiosity.
Okay.
But these are
barricades look like barricades.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are essentially a barricade that remains open, but with a quick pull of a lever, drops a large wooden barricade over certain gates.
That's right.
It looks like he was probably going to be asked to do that before being assigned to watching the executioner.
Okay.
So, but other than that, you begin to read through it, and it lists one thing after another in this conflict that he has done, and he was very devious, and the actions that he took just kind of makes your skin crawl.
Yeah.
In fact, probably after you're done reading it, you're like, I need a bath.
Oh, so maybe I go to the hot spring too.
Come join us.
There you go. So, Cristi, what would you say that Makoto is going to be doing?
Makoto will probably have gotten up, had a nice quick breakfast, and since she's been in town for a couple days now, she would probably want to look for the garden area and kind of get a little bit more comfortable in her element again, since she's used to being closer to farmlands and that kind of thing, and just she would probably poke around and see if there'd be any snips of herbs or flowers that she could take.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just for general medicinal purposes,
Yes.
let's go ahead and just do a holistics and perception roll. So what do you have in holistics? 4?
So it's going to be 4 holistics and 2 perception.
All right.
One success.
One success. You find some simple herbs, but the place is so well manicured overall that it's not really. You're in a natural element, but it's not your element.
It's not her element, but she's more doing it to kind of get her mind off of things for a moment. So it's just kind of like if I find something great, if not, it's okay too. I'm enjoying the garden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sean, with Kentaro, what do you think he would be doing?
I think Kentaro's going to kind of do what everyone else is doing, like get food and get a bath and everything, but he's also going to try to get a feel for all the servants, especially their faces, just so later if he sees a face he doesn't recognize.
Okay. That definitely makes sense. So you're going to start really memorizing all the faces and just... Are you looking at also their duties and what they're doing around the house, around the estate?
Yeah, I feel like he would probably take notes on it.
Okay.
He likes to take notes, so he's probably just looking at people every once in a while, writing something on a scroll.
All right. Since you're writing it down and everything else, are you drawing their faces? Are you just writing perhaps a general description of them or their name?
I think it's more like their name and what their job duties are.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, since you're writing it down, this isn't really going to be something that requires a roll or anything, like some form of memorization or anything like that. Okay, so Rin, of course, comes around every so often checking on everyone, just making sure everybody's okay, essentially. You get the feeling that they have been very lonely while everyone has been away. But day creeps on, and finally it is that evening. The servants begin to gather their things in order to leave the estate.
Well, before then, during the day, if we are going to have Ren follow Min, then we should have addressed that before the servants are getting ready to leave. So, I mean, in the morning we got up and did things, but I'm sure there would have been an aside with if Ren had came to, whether it's Kinnojo or whomever, we would want to address that plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get to leave?
Yeah.
I have been researching disguises. I've got a good one. Oh, you're going to love this. But you can't see it until, well, you might not even see it then. But
I might.
I'll let you know it's me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Taya's going with you.
Yes.
Oh, you're coming with me? Okay, cool. You're going to love this.
I can't wait.
And he just, they just kind of squeal with glee at the opportunity to finally just get away from the estate and having to, even there, still pretending to some extent, but now getting to use the skills that they are known for.
Mm-hmm.
So they depart for a moment. And really quickly, Rin will tell you, meet me outside the servants' gate really quick. I'll meet there in 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right. And they run back to their room. And I figure you go ahead and go meet him outside the gate. You're there for a few moments, and finally someone, not exiting the gate, but somebody kind of saddles up next to you and nudges you. Hey. You look over, and it's an older gentleman wearing the worker's garb of Daiwa. You remember that everybody here who was working a government job, working within the kind of municipalities of the city, were dressed a certain way. And looks over at you and kind of winks and raises an eyebrow.
What's the password?
Oh, do we get passwords too?
I mean, why not?
Okay. Well, so we're going to be traveling throughout town, and that's why I have this. And Rin, essentially in this disguise, pulls out this staff that has a candle wick at the end of it, a roped coil candle wick. It's like lamplighter. They're all over the town. They go everywhere and light lamps. I thought it was brilliant myself.
It is a bright idea.
Oh. So, the rest of the team, what are y'all going to be doing?
Probably waiting for
Waiting for
this
word?
to
Are y'all
happen,
going
yeah.
to... Are y'all going to plan to meet them anywhere specifically, or are you going to stay here at the estate and wait?
Yeah, should we meet them somewhere else, or should we... I mean, how far from the duel are... I mean, how far time-wise?
We are now probably about 3 days away from the duel.
Okay. So the festival is still going on and stuff.
Yes. Oh, yes. It is in full swing. The city is bursting at the seams. When you go out into the main streets, if you have left the estate at any point during the day, it is almost shoulder to shoulder in some areas of the streets.
And really the only... we're in this estate at all because we came back with her.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So I mean, are people questioning our presence at all?
It's like they question it, but then they kind of a automatic, ingrained part of their being that I would question this, but they are basically my master, my leader, the noble who oversees this estate, has said they can be here. Mm-hmm. So it's like, they're kind of strange, but okay. You know, it's not their place to question.
Okay, and just refresh my memory. These barricades for Operation Mousetrap.
Yes.
They're going to keep in all the people, right?
Keep in, but the idea is that they drop on certain streets to control traffic. At least that's what you
Coming
were...
in?
Yeah, well, everybody's going to be going to this duel. And the idea was these will drop in place to restrict traffic leaving the duel. And this is something that your character does know as well, but it will entirely cut off the noble district of Daiwa.
Oh, so people can't get into it?
Yes. It will force them, essentially leaving the duel, they will not be able to enter into this district. They will be forced into the market districts and other areas of town. There's a certain amount of bizarre nefariousness to that in your mind, but at the same time, you can't seem to pinpoint anything.
I mean, well, it would affect us as well.
Yes.
Because we're living in the Noble District right now, right?
Exactly, yes. So...
Can I go? I think my character would like to go look at a gate and see if I could jam it up or disable it. Are there still workers by it?
There are soldiers. Yeah, they are in full preparation for crowd control, checking people as they come through the areas and other things. Because this is essentially, these are on the way to the Emperor's Palace.
Oh, okay.
So these are gates that divide the sections of town with large, like we're talking 15-foot tall stone and stucco walls.
Do we want to go together and maybe I can try to bluff your way in? And
I'm debating over whether or not I want to tamper with it right now or if I just want to look at it again, since I do have orders to do that.
Right.
Look at it again and see if I can see a weakness or something that should we need to make a quick exit through one of these gates, we might be able to keep it from dropping or raise it again.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I would like to do. And I mean, you were welcome to go with me, but I would just tell the soldiers, be like, Captain Harada has commissioned me to inspect these before the duel.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do some testing based on that. So essentially you're wanting to perhaps hide away where this thing is disabled,
or just look at it and like truly inspect it and see if there's something about it. See if I get any ideas about how we might be able to undo or open it back up or something like that should we need to...
Like a reverse mechanism.
A reverse mechanism, or if there's a weakness, like if I do this gate it renders this barricade less effective, or it'll fall over.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go crafts knowledge.
Crafts knowledge. I should be okay on that. Oh, not as okay.
Do you want to take a karma die?
Yeah, I do. Thank you. Crafts intuition would have been stellar.
Oh, you got a 9 over here.
I got 2 9. So I got 1 1, but that doesn't matter because I got 2 9s, a 10, and an 8.
Whoa.
So 1, 2, 3. Does the 0 count as 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep, 5.
All right, and toss in another karma die.
Back in the pot you go, number 10.
All right. You're looking at this device, and what you're finding is that when the lever is pulled, it activates a certain amount of a clockwork mechanism where these long poles on gears begin to descend along a track, and they fall into place essentially and create a barrier. Once they are fully descended, there is pretty much no way to get them back up. It cuts off the way entirely.
So they're on a track?
They're on a track. It would be possible...
So if it's raised... If I jammed up the track...
Yes. You could jam up the track. You could find a way to damage one of the tracks to where the poles come out of it.
Could I build something, a black powder invention that I could essentially put in like a blasting cap or something, and damage the track to where it can't fall all the way? Like if it hits it.
That would be something that you probably would not want to do.
I don't want to do yet.
Yes, it would be possible.
Because especially if they're going to continue testing these gates, I don't want it to go off yet. So that might be something I plan to do later. But I will have to roll for invention, and stuff like that, which is crafts, and then an associated skill. So I would let you pick that. But
usually, because knowledge is about what you know, science, law, things like that, that's usually what I would go for, unless you were doing it at the last
like if
moment.
I was doing something that was going to affect my ability to hit something, like if I were to build like a scope,
then it would be
marksman.
All right.
So I don't know what it would be. Either way.
Well, looking for something, I could also possibly see. I mean, there are several ways. It really depends on how you describe it. Because I could also see survival. You're creating something that's going to definitely help you in that. But going forward, though.
Yeah. Go on. I'm thinking.
Who has not acted yet before that evening, or has everybody gotten their chance now? Because you were meeting with.
I think I have
Rin.
I think I have one idea too for my character. So in case we were to get separated and I would be by myself, since I had seen my friend earlier in the dance troupe, I wanted to try to find a way to modify my outfit so it looks like one of the dance troupe, performer troupe, she got away from everyone. So at least I can make my way back to some people instead of getting even like farther removed. I don't know where we'll be going or following in the city, but
no, that's fine.
Just kind of as my own disguise, albeit much less impressive than Rin's.
Yeah. Well, Rin, if you mention this to Rin would be willing to assist you.
Yes, I would mention that too.
Making the disguise for you.
Yes.
So that they're going to provide you with stealth. What are you going to provide with that?
I would probably provide, I don't know if it would be deception to make it look like I am one of those people, or perform, since it is a performing outfit that I'm trying to put on.
Let's go ahead and do perform.
Okay. I have 3, please.
Rin will provide you 2 successes.
I have 1.
All right, so your disguise is essentially going to be a 3 successes that somebody will have to overcome in order to be able to figure it out, okay?
Okay.
So that evening, the servants are departing, and you're outside. I guess you're probably going to be hiding around a corner waiting for men to depart. You, of course, see Rin down at the end of the street, walking down, lighting different torches, checking his wick, things like that, trying to look as nondescript as possible, which is obviously doing an incredibly good job at it.
I can see why he was excited.
And Min finally departs. Looking up and down the street, she begins to travel. You know the path that she's taking. It's going to lead back to the area known as the Children's Palace, which was that...
where I wanted to go on the slide.
Yes.
Yes.
So, of course, reaching the Children's Palace and taking a left, that would lead her out into the main sections of the city. But as she walks that way, she stops, looks around, and takes a right. And you and Rin are trailing her.
Yes.
This is not the section of town that you were necessarily expecting. In fact, that this is a whole nother section of town that your group has not visited yet, necessarily.
Suspicions raised. Okay.
You follow and you exit, but even before you exit, you begin to smell on the wind exotic spices and perfumes. And she exits a gate that is just open wide. And beyond it, you see the area known as the Kuchao district, sometimes also called the Floating World. This is the noble's entrance into what is the city's pleasure district.
Okay.
So you begin following. You see, of course, entertainers, performers, people calling out for all sorts of services. There are bars. There are exclusive tea houses that require exorbitant rates to be able to enter to ensure that they have the best clientele. There are bathhouses. And, of course, there are also houses where there are courtesans calling out for people. So, as you enter the district, you travel following her for quite a while. I'm going to go ahead, and she is going to take a look around. Her eyes fall upon you briefly, and she continues to scan the crowd as she's walking. She continues onwards for quite a ways, and the district seems to get less noisy, less crowded. The businesses don't seem as well kept up. They're still very nice, but this is obviously perhaps an older section of the area of town. And she finally arrives at a door. And even before she walks up to the building and in through the door, there is a doorman who just opens the gate for her, and she proceeds inside. Striding past alongside Rin, you look up to see a sign that is upon the building, a placard describing it or naming it as Daisuke's.
I tug on Rin's, I guess, on his shirt or the top and just say, hey, look. And just, I point upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little bit odd.
I don't think this is coincidence.
Why? Perhaps we should go tell the others.
I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Rin and Akemi. No, not Akemi. I'm so sorry.
Onishi Taya.
Taya return to the group, and you won't believe what we found. Maybe.
Daisuke's.
How did you guess? No, seriously.
No, seriously. That was out of character.
Awfully suspicious.
Let's just say the person that we had captured to give us information, that information matches up with Min.
Wait, you mean that wasn't a waste of time?
It was not a waste of time.
I mean,
it was kind of fun to do that anyways,
I always knew it wasn't a waste of time. And as we all know, I always tell the truth.
Whatever.
All right.
So, the rival?
Yes. She's in cahoots with
But
the
it's
rival.
Of Arata Ryokans, though, not.
Yeah, something is really weird going on
There
here.
might be something more underground to Daisuke's like there is for Arata with the network. What if they have a network of their own?
Well, they deal in information.
Is there another secret organization?
That would be interesting.
It would be interesting. And I don't think it's just sheer coincidence because we had to follow for quite a ways and she didn't even turn to the left. She turned towards the right to make her way and looked like she was on a mission. It wasn't just, oh, well, I'm done with work for the night. It seems suspicious.
She doesn't work a double shift, does she?
It's possible, but
I
only
did
way
not-
you're going to find out is going there.
Did not feel adventurous enough just to say, hey, doorman, can you let me in, please?
Yeah, I mean,
think that
can
may
we
have
just
flown
walk into
something more.
Daisuke's?
Hard to say.
It's just a bar, right?
It is essentially just a bar. There is obviously a doorman people have to go past.
Well, I mean,
It would be
I'm an engineer of the Royal, or of the Empire.
And you can pay just like everyone else.
Yeah.
Unless, well, if the doorman isn't too observant, Rin, you could take on Min's appearance. See if that could.
Hey, didn't you already come in here
Get us in.
tonight?
No, that was my twin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow. Before she gets off work.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Maybe there's certain hours.
Goodness, have you ever
where-
thought about becoming a ninja?
No.
I mean, you're well on your way. You're already associating with them. More so than you're associating with the Empire. I think there's some merit in going tonight while she's there. We can.
No, I mean, but
corner
not
her.
disguise Rin as men while
No.
she's there.
No. If you're okay with hanging out at the estate, that would probably be best. I mean, if you want to come with, you can.
want me to stay here? I
Or-
guess
well,
I can, but
I don't know. Rin also saw the same things.
They did find. They were part
Yeah.
of the team that found the
We need
information.
Rin needs to get out more.
That's true. You're certainly welcome to come along. I just don't know. I mean, it could be dangerous in there. You know.
Do you still want to be a Leary? A lamplighter? I assume you look like a lamplighter.
yeah. Which is probably very awkward right this moment, but
We are all guests here to enjoy ourselves, right? So what's to say that this group of us would not go to
another bar.
Daisuke's to enjoy ourselves?
I think you're right. We're probably overthinking it.
I just want to drink, man.
I do think we should go to tonight, though. I do agree.
Yeah. I think there's.
I think
some
tonight would
merit in
be
going
worth to make sure that there
Yep.
not some other coincidence that we haven't considered.
tonight. Right. Yeah. So let's see what's up at Daisuke's.
Let me go get my dancing clothes on.
Whoop whoop.
all right. Are you going in uniform, or are you?
I am
actually-
going in uniform.
Okay. So
He'll provide some.
Although I
clout.
do have to be a little careful of like constantly being seen in uniform
You-
around this same group of people.
You might want to. I would suggest maybe going a little more casual,
Or
since
do you-
we're going there for.
These
you-
are my. This is my casual uniform.
Do you have something else that could identify you as an engineer that isn't the uniform?
I could help you.
No, I'm good. I have other things I could wear. I'm sure I have off-duty clothes. I'm sure I have civilian wear, and
it, it would.
I
make-
live here, don't I?
Uh,
Don't I live in this city?
You have
Have we
been
talked
here
about this
before, yet you travel abroad a lot more, but you have spent time here. Your family is not necessarily from here.
Okay.
That was something that was established earlier.
Okay. Then I'm sure I have some sort of thing, but I'm sure I wear an emblem or something that
I'm only
identifies-
suggesting just because if we're going there under the guise of recreational purposes,
I shouldn't be in full uniform.
you shouldn't be in full uniform, so
this
people don't
establishment
be more suspicious.
upscale or downscale?
Something's pretty upscale, huh?
What, this place? Daisuke's? This
Yeah.
place? No.
No.
It's in
No,
it's in the lower part of town. Right?
okay.
You go
Yeah.
past all the very fancier areas before you
that's
get to
right.
here.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'll dress down.
Yeah.
I leave my armor at home.
It's more my type of place.
Same.
You've probably been there already, eh? Sannosuke?
Maybe.
Your team departs, and you travel the same road, exiting into the Pleasure District, seeing again those same sights before you arrive at Daisuke's. It is it has the appearance that this might have one time been a inn. It has that two-story appearance with the tiled roof, the multiple windows with very small balconies overlooking it. So it does have kind of a nice appearance to it, but the upkeep has not been great. And a large, steady sturdy wooden door is guarded by a singular individual as you begin to approach. You get about 20 feet away. It's very obvious where you're trying to go, and he just looks at you and crosses his arms, and you all arrive at Daisuke's. He looks you up and down. I'm taking it that everyone here, to some extent, looks like you have at least some money on you.
Yeah.
Something.
And Roxy, for your character, do you actually have an emblem? You had said you might have an emblem on you that at least denotes that you're part
Maybe
of
a ring or a bracelet or something.
Let's see.
Are you wearing that outwardly, or are you?
I would be.
He
I'm just
doesn't
not in my
seem to-
uniform. Like if I'm in, like I don't know. I'm assuming that maybe there's for the team of engineers, there's maybe like a graduating class because there's the Royal College of Engineers. And so let's say I have an engineer's ring or some piece of jewelry that denotes that I have graduated from the Imperial College of Engineers.
He doesn't seem to notice that, but so he pretty much sets a pretty even fee for everyone to enter.
I mean, there's a ton of tourists in this town right
Yeah.
now anyway, so this is just if I need to, like, show some clout. Because I'm awesome.
But so he sets a it's not, not immodest, but it definitely would keep some people out. And it's possible he was also trying to gauge what all he could actually get from you, the way he was looking at everyone. But you pay your fee, and he opens the door for you. That scent of spices and other things fill your nose, and it appears to be very much a mixture of several services taking place here. It is a tavern. There are people sitting around gambling as well while partaking in spirits. There is something in the air that, especially for your character, Roxy, that you smell something that is likely an illegal substance that smoked.
Don't breathe. That's what my mom told me at my first rock concert. Don't breathe. I have to breathe, Mom.
But there is that wafting in the air. And there are also courtesans walking around the room, entertaining guests and trying to coax them, perhaps to follow them upstairs, things of that nature. Everyone, it's almost as if there is no doubt, but you can hear a lot of noise coming from another area. Probably a lot more gambling happening there. What are your characters going to do? Are you going to stay together? How are y'all going about this?
Is this a situation where, like, this is normal and people look the other way? Okay.
Well, I mean, so everything that is here, at least in this section of town, is permissible. Everything that is taking place, it's one of those things where within this district, there is a lot more freedom, and what happens, it's that old saying, what happens here stays here kind of thing. It would not be appropriate for people to leave this area and tell tales. Okay.
Interesting.
I recommend that we stay together. And that way, if we do encounter men, then our group decided to come and find a place, and this is where we came.
Yeah, if we find like a
Just
table to...
Do we see men about?
Yeah, I was going to say, have we...
I'm going to do two things here. First and foremost, I am going to be rolling a dice based on who in the group. As you're all looking around and moving through together, David, your character catches a flash of something, and we're going to see who notices who first. So go ahead and give me that perception, intuition.
I'm going to take one of the karma die.
All right.
Done.
I got 2 successes.
With 2 successes, you are looking around the entire group, and on the side of the room where you are entering, as you're moving through as a group, there's always that person, especially in a group this large, that's kind of walking in front. There's people on both sides. You're usually paying attention to the side that you were closest to. You look towards an entryway, and you glance over, and you see Min with a look of shock on her face, and she ducks into a room. She is not in the garb of a maid, though. Nor is she in the garb of a courtesan.
I was just saying,
that was my next question.
Is she a courtesan?
Nice accent.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was
Valley.
watching, but they talked a lot.
I will quietly and spread the word amongst the group here of what I just saw without making a scene about it.
Okay. essentially, he points towards the doorway and says, "I saw her," and you're pretty sure she saw you, obviously, and recognized your group.
She's
So
just
it's
shocked.
definitely important that we get a table and sit down and enjoy ourselves,
Yes.
Is it? Don't.
and let her see us
Or-
doing that.
Do we want to pursue?
I mean, I could pursue. I can blend in with the crowd pretty well.
Yeah,
Who's
what's-
going to see me?
The doorway she went through?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can we
Like, is it,
examine that?
what's in that
door?
room?
Is it a kitchen area? Or
Sounds
is it-
like there's sounds of a gambling den.
Ah, okay, cool.
And in fact, the garb that she was wearing for your character, Sannosuke, you would recognize it as the garb of essentially a dealer.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
So, tight-fitting clothes, no sleeves. So a little bit more skin exposed, so that there's no question of any sort of cheating or anything else involved. But a loose-flowing pants below the waist, and that she ducked into that room. So, if your group goes over to the table, having a seat, ordering some drinks, what else are you going to be doing?
I mean, is this just her second job? I'm starting a conversation amongst the
I mean,
The group.
it could be, but why would she be?
But why would it be here?
Makoto's
She's
listening,
acting suspicious.
but she's flagging down someone because she's hungry. She wants some food.
Yes, good thinking.
I might be tempted to gamble.
Okay.
I don't know how much money I have, but I assume I have a paycheck.
We have
Yeah, yeah.
Why
some
don't we just go
money.
see if this really is her second job? She'll just be doing her job.
Right.
And we go in there and she's not there, then something suspicious is happening.
Maybe she just has the garb on to blend in, but is actually
Maybe
dealing
we-
information instead of cards.
Maybe not everyone should go in after her because that might make her feel a lot
Right.
more
Is,
uncomfortable.
is there a protocol to get into one of those gambling rooms?
Not really.
Or
It's
can I just walk into one?
walking in?
Okay. Well, maybe two of us. Two of us
Okay.
go.
Okay.
I don't know which two.
Who wants to go gamble?
What do you think gambling rolls are? I mean, I'm pretty good at intuition and perception. I could count cards.
Intuition would definitely be good.
Wait, I don't even know if they're playing cards.
Yeah.
Deception, and you have your own things to make it better.
Deception. Ooh.
Yeah.
I got a 2 in that.
Not me.
I'd be willing to go in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I might as well too. I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I could go anywhere.
Okay.
I mean, I know we all can, but I'm not really hiding my identity or anything.
And we most definitely
You
are.
most definitely are, so I'm like, yeah, I'll go.
So who is going into the gambling den?
I'll go.
I'll go.
And Kinnojo.
Kinnojo. And Kinnojo, you are a part of the Living Word, correct? Or Living Chronicles?
The
No,
Virtuous
he's the
Bodyguard.
Virtuous Bodyguard.
Virtuous Bodyguard.
So the other tattoo people.
Yeah.
The other tattoo
Sean's
people.
the only, or
Yeah.
Kentaro's the only living
Living
chronicle.
Chronicle.
All right.
Yeah.
You both descend into this room. Well, it's a doorway, and you walk down a few steps,
Okay.
Like
and
strutted like you owned the place.
there are essentially 3 dealers spread out in the room, and they shake dice, slam a cup onto the ground, and there are lines of bettors in front of them who bet on what is under the cup.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
And so they, of course, each one of them will shake, slam it to the ground, hold out a hand, call for bets. People, of course, are calling out numbers, calling out, all sorts of things. People are betting against other people, saying that they're wrong, they're lying. All sorts of things being called out. 2 things, though. First and foremost, you do not see men in here.
Okay. Do we see a back door?
There is a back door.
There's no men in this room at all.
There are no men.
All women.
But I'm
Wow.
well done.
But for your character, Kevin, Kinnojo, right?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead and give me a intuition perception roll.
Okay. 5, so 1 success. unfortunately.
Oh no.
There is something about their tattoos that does not seem right. The gentlemen who are healing, they are wearing essentially shorts, no shirt whatsoever, but there are essentially their chest is strapped tightly, and that is what they're using for clothing, essentially, to demonstrate that they are not cheating.
Right.
As, you see everything, you know that they are being honest, but they're also each has tattoos.
Okay.
You cannot put your finger on it, but there is something about it that is not right with those tattoos. But you're also like, they're not my kind of tattoos.
Okay.
They don't look like dice, do they?
Yeah. Like
Do you point this out, or
yeah. If you tell me that they have
yeah,
tattoos
so,
that are weird, that would literally be my question.
I'm gonna just say something's off about the it's the gamblers, right?
Yeah,
Not
the dealers.
Oh, the dealers themselves.
Yes.
Okay. So I say something's off about these dealers.
But they're in sleeveless shirts.
But all along.
Well, these dealers are all men, and they are wearing only essentially shorts with their chest bound.
Okay.
So it was a very traditional dress.
Do I recognize the tattoos?
Well, let's see. Go ahead and take a look at them yourself with intuition perception.
Yay, my favorite. One of my favorites. Two successes.
2 successes. Because he pointed it out to you, and you take a good look at it, and you've obviously seen your team's tattoos. These are pictorial. They are large, almost full body. But you notice that there's a certain amount of definition to some of the tattoos that just does not sit right with you. And you stare at them for a moment. You're not certain why. This is not something you've experienced before, but some of the tattoos seem to hold serpent motifs to them, and they seem very realistic. So, almost as if you weren't, it would be impossible in your mind, but almost as if the serpent skin that it makes up parts of these tattoos were almost their skin.
Like they're serpentine, kind of? Like they have lizard?
Like little patches. But they're also worked into the tattoos where there are snakes in the tattoos.
Do I know of anything like that? Or have I
You
studied a
yourself
ninja
know.
clan?
You have heard of a ninja clan, without a doubt, that does something like that. That one of the telltale signs of them being a member of this ninja clan is the recoiling serpents, which your kingdom has been at war with quite a bit. This is like the largest ninja clan, and they once tried to take over the empire by themselves. But you're like, this is kind of odd. Is it? You're not certain.
I would be very confused why they would be running games in the empire. I'd be like, why has no one done something about this? Like, do I look around? Do I see anybody else that is wearing anything that would denote them as imperial?
No. And it's one of those things where you're not entirely certain. It would be literally, you would want to walk up and touch one of them just to double check, because this is that good a tattoo.
Can I get that close to them?
They are up on a dais where they are sitting and doing their, leading the gambling. So it would not be that easy. And reaching out and doing this would probably be
frowned upon.
Yeah.
I suck at performance, so I can't, pretend to be drunk and... Ooh, what a nice tattoo.
You could try.
So, what I might do, because I'm pretty decent at performance, and I'm really...
And you probably
An
know more
avid
about the
liar.
recoiling serpents
Yeah.
than I do.
I would... So, we're losing men. That's the other way. That's the other thing that's happening right now.
Yeah, she's not in here.
So,
Are there doors out of here?
There is a singular door past where the... essentially, think of this as a long room with a dais up against one of the long walls where periodically is sat another one of the dealers. And at the end of that wall, there's a door.
Okay. So she went back into a dealer's area.
She's really Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I might say is, maybe go get the others and we try to get through to the back. I'm gonna try to talk to these dealers and see what I can find out about their tattoos, because they're really surprising to me, I guess. I don't know.
Did you convey any of what you picked up on it to him?
Oh, about the serpent skin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have said... I might not have... I probably would have... I would have said that it looks like the serpent skin is their own skin. I mean, that's how realistic that looks.
Serpents.
But I might not mention recoiling serpents. I may keep that in my mind
Withholding it
and
from
gain
the
a
group, would you
karma.
How many karma do y'all have over there?
Just
I think we got 7 now.
yeah. I mean, we've used it and not always got it back, so we're back at 6.
6.
Okay, cool. Everyone else back in the main room, go ahead and give me a perception intuition roll.
Makoto is tucked into her bowl of curry that has arrived at the table.
Nice. Man, Indian food sounds good.
That really does.
Any kind of curry sounds good right now. Was that a woo whoop?
Yep.
What's your whoop whoop?
It's a boosted roll.
Same here.
Oh,
I got
That's,
four successes from 3 dice.
nice.
Same here.
Woohoo!
Both of you.
It's that hot spring monkey thing.
Yeah.
It is. Monkey, no monkey.
So that's, what, 2 more karma die?
Yeah, that should be 2 more.
And another. We need 1 more.
Oh, what?
But
Wow, where are we at? Total.
what? Now, if we've added 3, then we're at 9.
Oh, you're this one away from max. Nice.
How many successes did you have? 2.
You, those of you who rolled that 4, you're noticing that there are individuals that came in the door and are beginning to funnel people out of the room. Like they are slowly, like they'll
Thinning the crowd.
thin the crowd and start
Am I
escorting
back
people
out there yet?
Not yet. This would have been while y'all were in that room.
So Kentaro, who spent all his money to cover charge to get in, with his 0 successes in perception, is looking at Makoto's food with lust and envy. They're kind of like slowly like sidling over and not noticing anything that's going on.
She's like,
Is that... How is it? Does it taste good?
Sannosuke's like, hey, Makoto, what is that you ordered? That looks tasty. Let me try some of that. And he's like,
Quality control.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, Ishi, you got to try some of this. Here.
Make a scene about
try
the
some
food.
too. Let's order some more
I
of
come
that.
back and they all just have curry on their faces. I'm like, what are you doing? And nobody else is in the room, and I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, slowly there is a thinning crowd. There are definitely less people in here than you remember. And there are also 3 men now standing at the door, just nonchalantly.
What do they look like?
There's a certain amount of rough and tumble to them, and one of them is the doorman.
Okay. Well, I guess if Akemi has now made her way over to us, I'm going to instantly start grilling for information. Like, did you find Min? Was she dealing?
You notice that this room is a lot more empty.
Yes, that's why I'm asking if you found her.
No. Pretty sure she slipped out the back or went somewhere else.
Yeah. And now that she has said that, you look around, everybody at the table, you're like, yeah, there are a lot less people in here.
Does it look like people are looking at us?
Or are there is there still a crowd that we can tell in the gambling area, or has that started to thin out now too?
There is still a crowd in the gambling area, but for this room, it looks like people are starting to be escorted out.
Let's make our way to the
Now you're
gambling.
paying attention. You also notice that some of the courtesans have come by, whispered in a few of the patrons' ears, and a look of, ecstatic behavior from the patrons who'd go off with them, which also seems to further thin the room.
I think we've been made.
I think we should make our way to the gambling area to be part of a crowd again.
And have you seen our waiter?
No, but let's take the food with us to the gambling room, though. That's a good point.
Did you come out of the gambling room yet?
No, I was going to sit down and try and talk with one of the dealers. Or the rollers, I guess.
You watch as two men come out of the door past the dealers, carrying shutters, and they begin to walk around the outside of the room towards the other door. You'd be led to believe that more than likely this room is about to become cut off, isolated, that they're going to shutter everyone in here in.
Can I...
We need a code word.
Pomegranate.
I don't especially want to get trapped in here, but can I get out of this room before they get... Like can I feasibly get out of this room without
Yeah.
being like...
Go ahead and give me a
Spill your
speed,
drink on
and are you
yourself.
trying to do it nonchalantly?
Yes.
Let's go speed stealth.
Speed stealth. Okay. I'm gonna
Take a
need
karma
one of those
die.
karma dice
Alrighty.
because I have 0 speed.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You're a very slow liar.
I mean, he just keeps lying around,
I'm
so...
quick on quick with my tongue, but not on my feet. 3 successes and 1 is a boost.
Oh, add that die back in.
You make your way
Oh, it's mine.
through the door just ahead of them, shutting it off.
Excuse me.
And you do such in a manner that really didn't draw too much attention to yourself.
I just hold my stomach a little bit.
Look for the bathroom. Where's the bathroom?
You exit, and you now are aware that this room is also fairly empty now.
And I make my way over to the table and say, they're closing off our gambling rooms. So, yeah. And look around at the toughs that are closing us in.
I think we're about to have
Maybe
a
we
meeting.
should leave.
A meeting. A meeting.
Yes,
Air
what
quotes.
kind of, quote,
Kind of
meeting?
meeting or
Either
Is this a
boring
meet and
one or a
greet?
fun one, so we'll see.
I still have my rifle with me because
Okay.
And I
that's who
have
I am.
And I
I
have
meant
my,
to say that earlier.
My shuriken is hidden, so I have that with me.
I'll let that slide. Why not?
I actually was thinking about that earlier. Like, does it make sense for me to be
Or-
carrying my rifle? Because that's the only weapon I have.
You might want to think about disguising it at some point,
Well, and that's the we
or
talked about
carrying
this
it in
at-
something that covers it.
Yeah, we talked about this at one point, but
Do I
like
have
how
a case?
common is this technology, and like do people recognize a gun on sight, all that stuff.
It's common enough that there is an entire group within the. I mean, there's both the Black Smoke, which is a group that specializes in firearms, and there's also troops of the army that use rifles.
Okay.
I
so
mean-
people know about it.
Yeah, and it's employed by the Empire a lot, but no, I'm just I was trying to think in my background. I feel like in my background I was like militia also early on, and I could be mixing characters, but I feel like I was militia in this character
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Or had some sort of like scouting kind of thing, and my rifle would be something that I don't really leave
Okay.
anywhere. But it may have can I roll to have a bag? Can I spend
Or
a
that'd be
karma
a karma
point to have
point.
a? Can I spend
I
a
will
karma
let you
point?
definitely spend a karma
I'll just
point
say it
to
was-
write that into the scene.
Okay, so I have some sort of carrying case that makes it look just like it's something not necessarily.
Not violent.
Some kind of long instrument or something.
Yeah. Yes, I have a.
Yeah, good
I
idea.
carry a loot or something that
Yeah.
and I open it up and my gun comes out. No, but I have something. It looks fairly innocuous, and I just set that across my lap if I'm sitting. When I sit,
The bartender begins to walk around the bar, and two individuals that you would have thought were either passed out or inebriated stand up and dust themselves off, appearing to have been maintaining more of a disguise. A few other individuals also. You have the three at the door, the bartender, the two men who were disguised, and three more people enter through another door, likely leading to the area where the brothel is.
My question is, and I'd actually probably pose this to the table if we're all together.
Mm-hmm.
So, did she just tell them we were here? Or did she tell them before and the doorman told them we were here?
No way to know at this point.
Yeah, but entering the room...
She's not in here.
No.
Entering the room from the section that was likely housing also the brothel, shuddering behind them are two more individuals and also men who, still in the same garb, you're able to see smaller amount of tattoos on her back and basically coming up over her shoulders on the edge, and you see the telltale sign that you spotted in the other tattoos of serpentine skin. Her eyes narrow and she says, "These are the ones I told you about. Kill them." And we are going to pause there, and when we come back for next episode, it's the Rumble at Daisuke's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to y'all soon.
See you later.
Bye.